So I'm doing some prep work for my tree and my garland in my family room. So I'm kind of going through everything and setting it all out, organizing it. But I wanted to show you guys quickly how I separate my stems, and how I fold stuff out to make it have a little bit more life, a little bit more dimension to it. So I saved a couple of the things I'm going to use, and I'm just going to quickly show you how I do them. So this one just comes nice and packed tight together. So all I do is I just hold my stem. I always start from the bottom. On these I'm just going to do a little bit of a tug, and I'm just going to fan out all my my branches. So it just gives it a little bit more fullness. And so when I put it in, it's going to take up a little bit more space, and you're going to be able to see it better. And again, it's going to have a little bit more dimension. So there's those. So these guys are awesome. They look pretty, I mean, like pretty great just like that. So you can obviously use these if you wanted to, but I'm still going to spread these out a little bit. And I like these because they're already in a triangular pattern. So I'm just going to take these and just splay them just a little bit. That way they have just a little bit more fullness to them. So they're going to take up a little bit more space. And so that's how those look. These are probably a really common stem. There's a couple different ways you can do them. You can obviously fold them down if you're looking for more of a weeping branch type thing. Typically when I do them, I just start at the bottom and I'm going to go side to side, turn, and then I'm going to go side to side. So already you can kind of see a little bit of dimension here. Then I'm going to rotate it again, side to side, and then that top one just comes straight out. So now you've got that look as opposed to a flat look. But again, you can do a lot of different things with these, but typically that's what I do with those. These poinsettias, everyone uses these, they're great. I found these and I thought, you know, typically when I take my poinsettias, I fold them out, you know, nice and far, spread them out, make them pretty big. But for some reason, the way I pulled these out, I thought these would be really pretty kind of curled in. So I'm gonna just kind of squeeze my way up the stems on these, and they get more of like a compact little burst of color. So I'm gonna do that all the way around. Okay, da-da-da. Get those just like so, kind of move them around. And once I get like there, I'm gonna kind of, from the bottom, just kind of smush it up a little bit. Kind of gets it a little bit more, again, compact. So that's how I did those this time. These are pretty cool. They're massive. And if you had them on a big tree, you would, move them side to side, up and down, forward and back, that kind of thing to give them a little bit more dimension. But I'm using them on a very small pencil tree. I don't need them to be this big. So I'm actually going to cut all of these off and use them as 5 different picks. And these are pretty simple. You can kind of tell after pulling stems apart that these are going to be pretty simple. And I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to tear it straight down, just like that. Metal came out, totally fine. Don't really need it. That's going to tuck in nicely into my tree. So now I've got 5 of these. And if the metal comes out, totally fine. Pull that apart. So the metal came out with this one. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to twist that up. Just like that. So that's no big deal. I could cut it off if I wanted to. Doesn't matter. No one's going to see it. Same with this one. I'm just going to pull this one. Metal came off. Totally fine. Wrap that up. So now I've got five new picks that I can disperse around my tree. That last one I can either do this, or I can take my wire cutters and just cut them wherever I want. comes right off. So I got 5. I love this one. I love how it cascades down, so it's going to drape really nicely. I only picked up 3, that's all they had. So 3 is a good number, but if I'm going to put them on a tree, I want a few more than just 3. So I'm just going to separate these. And this one's really, really easy to do. Just going to pull them apart. So I'll have 2s, and I'm going to make 2 separate stems. So these 2 I'm going to take all the way apart. Just like that. Really easy. And I'm going to add it to a bundle of 2 already. So I'm going to do this. And I'm just going to wrap the metal or the wire all the way around this stem here. And then I'm just going to set that aside for a second. And then I'm going to join these ones here. Kind of line them up where I want them. And take that metal and wrap all the way down. So the wire that this was on, I'm going to cut it in half, or about in half. I'm going to take my new stem here and wrap the metal all the way around. And now I have a brand new cascading pick. No one's going to see this part. It's going to hang into the tree. It's going to be perfect. So I've got, again, 3 of these, so I think I have 9 total picks. So 9 picks from 3 things. So it really spreads out the color and the pick around the tree. Basic rule of thumb for me is I work in odds. Unless it's a big tree, then anything more than 10 is you can do even. It's not going to matter by then. So here's my new picks. These guys are really big. They're pretty massive. Also very cool. They got that kind of birch tree type wrapping. But again, it's gonna be way too big for what I need. So I think I'm gonna group these kind of into this kind of. So looks like I'm gonna get 2, 3, a 2, and a 3. So 2 sets of 3, 2 sets of 2. These are all individually wired. So this one, I'm just going to loosen it a little bit, and then all I'm going to have to do is just pull it straight out. So it came with the wire and everything. So I'm going to just do that all the way around, and the more you take out, the easier they are. I'm sure some people are just so upset I'm taking this apart, but you know what, it works for me, so helps me out. So I'm going to wrap what I've been doing, just wrapping that wire around the other stem so that joins them. And then I'm just going to take the end here, and I'm just going to fold it like that. So that's a group of 2. This one I'm going to make a group of 3. Same thing up here. Four picks from one, so 4 areas on my tree. That'll be pretty nice. So I hope this helps you kind of use your materials, in the best way. Stick around and I'll probably post another video of decorating my tree and my garland. So have a good night. Hope this helps.